Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today I have another very easy keto recipe for you. Today I am going to show you how to make a very basic keto cookie dough. I call this the anything cookie dough because basically once you know how to make this cookie dough base, you pretty much can make any type of keto cookie you want. So it's one of those recipes that every keto baker needs. And if you want a printable version of this recipe, you can check out my website at janet'sdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of this recipe and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious, low-carb keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out new videos. And if you are a music lover, make sure you check out the link in the description to my other YouTube channel, Inspirational Songs with Janet. I've recorded another new song there, so make sure you check that out and subscribe to that channel also. And if you'd like to help support this channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and help support the channel. So, while we do all that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Line a large baking sheet with parchment paper or a silicone baking mat and set it aside for a minute. In a large mixing bowl, combine 56 grams or around a half cup of coconut flour, 25 grams or around 2 tablespoons of the granulated sugar substitute of your choice. I'm using granulated monk fruit sweetener. 25 grams or around 2 tablespoons of the brown sugar substitute of your choice. I'm using brown monk fruit sweetener. You don't have to use granulated and brown. You can use all granulated or all brown sugar substitutes. Up to you, depending on whatever cookie you're making. You can also adjust the sweetness more or less according to your personal taste. Add 4 grams or around 1 teaspoon of baking powder. If you want to, depending on what type of cookie you're wanting to make, you can add some dry spices or seasonings. It's, again, all up to you, whatever type of cookie you're making. I'm just wanting a simple plain cookie, so I'm not adding anything. Sift everything together until everything is fully combined and there are no lumps in your dry ingredients, and then set it aside for a minute. In a large mixer bowl, beat 6 tablespoons of room temperature softened butter on medium speed for about 30 to 45 seconds or until it is completely smooth. Scrape down the sides of the bowl and push the butter to the center of the bowl. Add 1 large room temperature egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You can change or adjust the extract according to your personal taste, again, depending on what type of cookie you're making. Beat everything together on medium speed for about 30 seconds or so, just until it's fully combined. If you need to, scrape down the sides of the bowl again and push everything to the center of the bowl. Then turn the mixer on to low. Gradually add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. Just do this a little bit at a time and allow the dry ingredients to beat into the wet ingredients after each addition. If you need to, you can stop the mixer and scrape down the sides of the bowl as needed. You want to make sure that all the dry ingredients gets fully incorporated. If you don't have a standing mixer, you can use a hand mixer or just use a wooden spoon. It's very easy to stir together. Once the dry ingredients have been fully added, then increase your speed to medium-low and beat on medium-low for another 45 seconds or so, or until a smooth dough forms. Once again, scrape down the sides of the bowl and push the dough to the center of the bowl. If you want to, you can fold in some chocolate chips or any add-ins of your choice. Again, it just all depends on what type of cookie you want. I, again, am just wanting a plain vanilla cookie, so I am not adding anything. Scoop your dough out 1 tablespoon at a time onto your prepared baking sheet. Roll each scoop into a smooth ball. Use your hand and flatten the top of the cookie out to your desired shape and thickness. You can make these cookies as big or as small as you want to. It just all depends on what type of cookie you want. Whatever you want, leave it to your imagination. As you are shaping these cookies, make sure that you leave space in between each one of the cookies so you can have an even cook all the way around the edges. Place the cookies into your preheated oven. Bake at 375 degrees for 6 to 10 minutes or until the cookies are golden and firm. Your times are going to vary depending on the type of cookie that you made and how big or how small or how thick or how thin that you made your cookie. For the size that I made, 8 minutes was perfect, but as I said, times will vary, so just look for your cookies to be golden around the edges and firm. Once the cookies are done baking, remove them from the oven and allow them to cool on the pan for about 10 minutes or so they can firm up. After about 10 minutes and the cookies are firm, transfer them to a wire rack, then allow them to cool completely before serving them. If you want to, once they're cooled, you can add some frosting or any topping of your choice. Again, that's all up to you. If you're wanting this dough to be a chocolate base, then just reduce the coconut flour by about 1 tablespoon and replace it with about 2 to 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Make sure that your cocoa powder has been sifted so there's no lumps. Alrighty, here we are with my cookie. Isn't it cute? Like I said, I just made mine just plain because I just like a little tiny something sweet every now and then. But of course, as I've already mentioned, you can do anything you want with this cookie dough. I pressed mine out pretty thin so it's got more of a firm texture. It's still a little bit on the softer side because coconut flour cookies, unless you let them dry completely overnight, are always going to have a little bit of a softer texture to them. They're not going to be like super crunchy or anything like that, but they are nice and firm. See that? Nice and firm. If you want a more soft cookie, just make it a little bit thicker and it won't dry as easy. But I wanted mine thin and firm. So, looks good, smells good. Even though it's just a little plain little cookie, it smells yummy, the vanilla in it. And see, still soft, but got a firm enough texture where it's not completely crumbly or anything like that. See, let's see what it tastes like. That's very good. Yes, that is very, very good. Just by itself, it has the taste of the vanilla wafers or vanilla wafers, or whatever you want to call them. That's pretty much what it tastes like. It's not quite as crisp. It's got the firm texture, but not quite as crisp as a vanilla or vanilla wafer. If you let it sit overnight, because coconut flour, as I've told you guys before, has to dry in order for it to really get any type of a crunch to it. So if you're wanting it more of a hard cookie, then you'll need it to be overnight. But this is perfect to me. It's firm, see? Firm, but still has a little bit of softness to it. So this is very, very good. I love this. This is excellent just as it is without anything even on it. Just a nice little lightly sweet dessert. Very tasty. Thumbs up. Yes. Tasty, tasty. You can eat these immediately. If you do have any leftovers, you can store them in an airtight container at room temperature for up to 3 days, or in an airtight container in your refrigerator for up to 1 week, or in a freezer-safe airtight container in your freezer for up to 1 month. Eat and enjoy. And that's our recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more recipes like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.